Okay, to build and load a flight plan, it's going to load up in this screen right here. And what you're going to want to do is hit the flight plan button. And then to build a flight plan, you simply turn the cursor on. Remember, to turn the cursor on, you just push this one in. Push, and then now you can build your flight plan. For example, we're going to go from here to Henderson. KHND. To LAX. And just simply turning the inner knob will activate this screen. Now you can put as many points as you want in between there. You can put visual points, visual reference points, VPV for visual point Vegas. You can create intersections. You can put intersections, you can create your own user points. Enter. Now let's say I wanted to have a user point that's in between those two that I wanted to put in, like let's say to avoid some restricted airspace. So I just put my cursor on that, and then at a point in between, now I'll just simply turn the inner knob, and then now this is going to be in between LAX and HND. Okay? But I don't have the point that I want, right? I look in here and it's not in here. So I can name it. So I could name it something like, you know, anything I want. Alpha 1. And say it says nothing there, and I hit enter, and it goes, hey, you don't have anything. Do you want to create something? Yes. And then what I can do is create it either off of where I currently am is what it's going to default to. Hey, I'm at 330 for 7.9 off of LAS, or intersection of the boulder of 330 and 292.9. That creates my current point. So anytime I go to create a waypoint, it'll go start at my current position. But if I don't want to do that, I don't want it at my current position, I want to define it. I can either define it off of a vortac, so a radial and a DME, or a radial and an intersection to another one, or I can come down here and put in my lat long. Like let's say I got the lat long off 4th flight, I could go in here and I could dial lat long by highlighting that, and then now I'll just dial this to what I want. 3600 by 1, 16, 15. And then at the end of this, to make it take that, wherever you enter the data, hit enter. So now it has that saved, and I go create, enter. So now it's created that point at that location, and it then put it in between the two of those. When I'm done with this, if I want to save the flight plan, let's say I load this up, I'm going to go inside, and before I start my check ride, I'm going to load all this up before my check ride, and now I want to save the flight plan. All I have to do is hit the menu option, and it's going to say copy flight plan. I want to roll it to copy flight plan, enter. Do I want to load it to flight plan 3? Yes. And then now it's flight plan 3. Okay, let's say now we're set up to go flight plan 3. And I can zoom out and double check that's where I want it to go. And so you can see the point that I entered here, and then it goes from there to LAX. Okay, at this point, let's say I wanted to load a flight plan, right? And I do that, that's not the flight plan I want. Without turning the cursor on, if I just roll the inner knob right here, this one, if I roll that, I will get a list of all the different flight plans. And if I turn the cursor on, I can roll to the one that I want. So for example, VGT to LAX, that's the one I just loaded. I can load that. Or VGT to DICE, or VGT to RNO. So I have that loaded. Let's say I want to load up VGT to DICE. I don't know which one that is. So I'm going to go enter. And then this is VGT to DICE intersection. Okay? That's not the one I wanted. So I'm going to turn my cursor off, go back to here, and hit enter on this one. Okay? And I'll look at it by rolling the big cursor. Yep, that's the one I want, except I'm going to change this user define point to, is it clear? Nope. So actually, no. So I want this, but I want to change that to that point right there, DYSSS. So enter. If I want to change that, then I go in here and I enter this D Y S S S. Enter. Now you'll notice it just inserted. Now I have to actually remove that point, due to this point that I don't want anymore. So to do that, I'm going to go enter. Do I want to remove that waypoint? Yes. And then now that's there. And that should be saved. But I'm going to go, hey, copy flight plan, enter. Copy to flight plan 4. Yes. So now that's copied. Now what? That doesn't mean it's the active flight plan though. To make it the active flight plan, I want to go in here and go activate flight plan. Enter. Boom. Now it's the active flight plan. I'm going from VGT to Lone Mountain. So if I hit the flight plan button again, there it is all drawn out. Okay. Well, let's say I want to delete a flight plan. So I can go on flight plan page 1, go to flight plan page 2, right? And I'm going to delete some flight plans. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to delete this one. Clear. Yes. And this one and this one are the same, so I'm just going to delete this one. Clear. Yes. And then that one was the one that was incomplete, so I'm going to delete it. Clear. Yes. So now I have that flight plan that I'm using. If I hit enter, there it is. Enter. So that tells me all about that one. So I can roll to it, enter, and that tells me all about that point. Okay, but I want to activate this flight plan. So I'm going to go menu, enter, activate flight plan. Flight plan is activated. You know it's activated because it's now on 00, which is your active flight plan.